Do you doubt that? No more, but so I shall the effect of this good lesson keep, as watchman to my heart, but good my brother. Do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and stony way to heaven, while as like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of the lion's treads, and recks not his own reed.
Yet here, Laertes, abroad for shame, the wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for there my blessing with thee, and these few percepts in the memory, see the character, give the thoughts to tongue, nor any unproportionated thoughts his act, be thou familiar, but by no mean vulgar, those friends thou hast, and their adoption treat, grapple them to the soul with hopes of steel, but do not dull the palm with entertainment of each new hatched, unflagged comert, beware of entrance to quarrel, but baying in. Bird that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man the ear, but few the voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve the judgment. Costly the habit, as the purse can buy, but no expressed in fancy, rich, but gouty, neither a borrower, not a lender be. For no one oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to then ourselves be true, and it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessing season, this indeed. The time invites you, go, your servant stands. What is't? Ophelia, be hath said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it. So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Mary, well be told, this told me be hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. If it be so, as so 'tis put on me, and that, in way of caution, I must tell you, you do not understand yourself so clearly. As it behoves my daughter and your honor, what is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection, Poe! You speak like a green girl, unstiffed, in such perilous circumstance. Do you believe his tenders, as you call them?
I do know, my lord, what I should think.
Mary, I will teach you. Think yourself a baby, that you have taken these tenders for true pay, which are not sterling. Tender yourself more dearly, or not, to crack the wind of the poor purse. Running in those, you will tender me a fool. Ah, fashion you may call it. Go to.
And has given countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Ah, springs to catch woodcocks, I do know, when the blood burns, how prodigal the soul, lends the tongue woes, this blaze, daughter, giving more light than head, extinct in both, even in their promise, as it is a making. You must not take for fire from this time, be somewhat scanter of your maiden presence, set your entertainments at as higher rate than a command to parley, for Lord Hamlet believes so much in him that he is young, and with a larger rather way he walk, that may be given you in few, Ophelia. Do not believe these words, for they are broken, not of that thy which their investments show. I would not in plain terms, from this time forth, have you so slender any moment leisure, as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it. I charge you, come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrow of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against sea of troubles and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end. The heartache and the thousand natural shocks. That flesh is hereto. 'Tis a consummation devoted to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance a dream. Ay, there is the rub. For in that sleep the death of dreams may come. When we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There is the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who will bear the whips of scourge of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of disciple, the law's delay, the insolence of office and the takes spawns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quiet make with a bare bodkin. Who would fare this beer to grant and sweet under a weary life? But that, the dread of something after that, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those the ills we have, than fly others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make coward of allows, and thus the native hue of retaliation is light over with the pale of cast-off, and the enterprises of great pit and the moment. With this red guard their currents turn over, and lose the name of action. Soft you know, the fair Ophelia, nymph, in thy horizons be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well, well, well.
My lord, I have remembrance of yours, that I have longed to read lever. I pray you, now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you out.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them words of so sweet breeze composed, as made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take this again, for to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers proud and kind. They are my lord.
Ha ha ha. Are you honest?
My lord,
Are you fair? That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discards to your beauty.
could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what is too bold than the force of honesty can translate beauty into lightness. This was sometimes a paradox, but now the time gives it prose. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so. I was the more deceived.
Get thee to Ninary. Why wouldst to be a brother of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest. But yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offences at my back than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do crawling between earth and heaven? We aren't knaves. All, believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where is your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors will be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens.
Get thee to Ninary. Why wouldst to be a brother of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest. But yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offences at my back than I have thought to put them in. Imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do crawling between earth and heaven? We aren't knaves. All, believe none of us. Go tie ways to a nunnery. Where is your father?
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him.
I have heard your paintings too. Well enough. God has given you one face and make yourselves another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp, and nickname God's creatures, and make you your wantonness your ignorance.
Oh, what a noble mind is here, O throne, the courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion and the mood of form, the observed of all observes, quiet, quiet down. Oh, who is me, to have seen what I have seen, see what I see.